Hello everybody and welcome back to the last video of Unpacking. We are going to be going back into our very last level. We started off in the last video by unpacking the entire bottom floor of the area. Thank God we don't have to touch the garage. But we have the entranceway all sorted out, the smaller bathroom, our office, the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. And for the most part, I didn't make a lot of changes. I really didn't mess around at all with the den, the small bathroom. And in my office, really the only thing I did was just sort out the bookshelves a little bit better. But I still have a ton of stuff that I need to move around. As you can see, all of my decorations are a huge mess. So this is a room I will have to come back to. The living room is a little bit more tidy. All I did was make sure that all of my game cases and my movie cases all fit on this shelf perfectly. Absolutely love this configuration. It looks so neat because they're all the exact same size. It's probably the most perfect looking bookshelf we've had in the game so far. So I'm very, very happy with how this looks. I just put out a couple more of her decorations, moving them from the dining room into the living room area. In the kitchen, I managed to just play around with things a little bit to make it more tidy. I forgot to put out a dish rag, so I did that. I put away my cutting board to get it off the counter, and I managed to get all my pots and pans sorted out in a way that I don't have to have it on the burner. And I'm very proud of myself actually for not having to use any of this additional space on top. So this just goes to show you that yes, sometimes it can take a little bit of fandangling to sort of get everything in the right spot, but you can condense it in a way that you don't even need to use all of your space. I still have an entire drawer down here that's pretty much empty. We still have like a drawer and a half that's totally empty. And then the dining room, I'm gonna try this and see if the game will pass it. I've never actually tried to put these wine glasses out like this on top of coasters. I actually don't mind the way that this looks, and I'm curious if the game will allow it or not. You don't know until you try though, right? I think this looks like a much nicer and tidier dining room now. I think this area looks really, really nice. We have 4 more rooms to go. Let's start with our bedroom. Surprisingly, only 2 boxes to unpack, which doesn't seem like a lot. And I'm going to keep our sides of the bed the same. I'm gonna keep her side of the bed over here and my side of the bed over here. I feel like that's probably normal for most people, isn't it? For you to have your side of the bed and the person you're in a relationship with to have their side of the bed. I feel bizarre if I sleep on his side of the bed. It just doesn't feel right, you know? That's his area. This is my area. We don't cross over. I've got all my things in my side table. Now, I actually do think that these nightstands are a little bit of a downgrade because there's no drawers in them, and I do miss the drawers. Just because they were a nice way to tuck stuff and get it out of the way if you just didn't have a place for something, or you had like a small little thing that you could have a couple of different options for. But yeah, surprisingly barren amount of stuff for it being the bedroom. So I think what I'll do is I will keep her notepad and her pen out on her side of the bed. And then she still has these damn walkie-talkies. Now, I thought maybe these could function as a baby monitor, you know? Like, you could maybe get away with doing that, but the game won't let you do that. So I just continue to keep these by her bedside, and the game always seems to let me do that. So that's just what I'm gonna keep doing. One box was almost entirely decorations. We're still packing around all of our little paintings. And then we also have our printer, which of course will go in our office. I think I'm just gonna shove this in my little cabinet that I have beside my desk, and then I think also I may just put my laptop in here, or maybe I'll put my cords in here. Looks a little bit neater if we have the cords out of the way, I think. I'm going to be shoving that damn ukulele under the bed. I still, to this day, have never found a spot for that ukulele to live except for under the bed. It's one of those items which so far has served me absolutely zero purpose. It has done absolutely nothing for me. Same with our yoga mats, although I guess it doesn't have to be so lonely because now it also has her yoga mat under there as well, so at least it has a buddy that it can sit with while it continues to be absolutely useless. I'm gonna put that plant up there, and then what I like to do personally, even though it does look a little bit crowded and busy, is I like to keep the mama hen and all of her little babies, her chicks, together on this one shelf. Because if you want to shove them all onto one shelf, there is enough room for you to fit every single one of them. They all have a home. Like I said, a little bit crowded. I might decide to change it and space them out a little bit. But I like to just keep them all together. They've been traveling together for such a long time and expanding. This is one of those things that actually expands each and every chapter, is her little family of chicken stuffies that she has. I'll put my alarm clock out. I believe these are little Bluetooth stereos or something, possibly. A lot of different areas where you could put those. I'm just gonna put them there for now. And then I've got my incense in my incense holder. I'll probably put those downstairs in the living room area. Maybe I'll just put them on the counter for now and then fit them in a little bit later. I usually really like decorating the bedroom. It's been one of my favorite areas in the game. But I would say that this bedroom is definitely the most disappointing to me. This is such a sterile, boring bedroom. But I guess because they're becoming, you know, parents, everything in this level, to a degree, is a lot more stripped down and I guess more grown up and adult. So I guess their bedroom will reflect that, and it's no different than a lot of the other rooms we're seeing in this house. There's still a lot of bedrooms and places in this house that have some individual sort of flavor, but this is definitely just one of the most blah, boring areas in the whole house to decorate. We actually, in this house, as you can see, have a gorgeous, large walk-in closet. So that's quite an upgrade, if I do say so myself. Because both of us have quite a few pairs of clothes. And so we can now hang up most of everything that we own. I am still going to try and keep everything separated. I can sort of remember what she wears and what I wear, so I'm gonna try and still keep that all separated and hang it all up accordingly. And so far, I am loving that all of our hangers match. We've finally gotten rid of all our crappy plastic hangers. We've got ourselves some good sturdy matching hangers. I would recommend putting your shirts and jackets and stuff on the top row, and then putting your pants and your skirts and stuff on the bottom row, just because that gives you more freedom to have longer hanging stuff out. Oh, I cannot remember for the life of me whose top that is. Is that mine or is that hers? That's probably one of the only tops that I actually don't remember. I want to say it's mine. Possibly. I mean, at this point, they probably just wear each other's clothes, to be honest. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but this is kind of nice just to kind of, you know, keep our own stuff separate. I know that I'm the one that wears pants. She doesn't own jeans. She owns yoga pants and stuff like that. And then all the skirts are mine. She does not wear skirts. I am the only one that wears those. Alright, I gotta start putting my hangers on the second level here. I believe this is mine as well. All those t-shirts are mine. This is her t-shirt. And as for the socks, underwear business, that is, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to remember who wears what. Her wardrobe is a little bit more colorful than ours when it comes to what's in our underwear drawer. But they're on their own for socks and underwear. They're just gonna have to figure that out. You would think that they'd be able to tell the difference and not wear each other's socks and underwear, or at least I hope. I hope that's the case. I believe this is also hers. Can't have that many more hangers left. I'm kind of running out of space here. But we're getting there. We've only got 3 more boxes left. All of the lacy, more colorful bras are hers. Mine are a little bit more plain. So I'm obviously putting her stuff on the right side of our dresser, and I'm putting my stuff on the left. Oh boy, are those mine or are those hers? I can't remember. I cannot remember. You know what? If she's mad with the way I've unpacked things, she's just gonna have to unpack her own stuff. That coat belongs to her. There's her jewelry case. And even though it's kind of crazy for me to try and organize things as I'm taking them out of the boxes, as you're seeing me do right now, there is going to be a lot of space for stuff once everything gets worked out. Once we've worked out all the kinks and we start finding a place for everything, you will find that this area is actually quite spacious and nice. Okay, that's definitely my bra because it's boring. I can tell. Also, pretty amazing that she's had some of the same clothing for 10, 12 plus years. I guess it's probably a safer bet to assume that she just shops with the same stores or the same brands or something that she likes, and she's not actually wearing the exact same pair of socks and underwear. So we have those drawers full. The first two drawers on both sides are taken up with our socks, bras, and underwear. And then we have two drawers on each side for both of us to put our clothing in. Now, because these drawers are extremely shallow, you're not really going to be able to get a lot in these drawers. So once again, as I have done for all time, I'm going to put my pajamas on one side, and I'll do the same for her. I'll put her nightgowns in one side. And that leaves the bottom drawer, which I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with yet. And just to make a bit more space for myself, I'm going to be moving some of the bigger items into our bedroom, but I will move them back. I would definitely recommend keeping the floor clear for now so that you have room to hang up everything that you want to hang up. Because if there's anything getting in your way, then you might not be able to hang them. For example, these hangers here make it so that I might not be able to hang my sweater up. I may have to hang my sweater on the bottom level. So you might have to end up hanging all of your taller stuff on the bottom and all of your shorter stuff up on the top. So these would be all of your short little shirts like these, and then you'd obviously want to hang her dresses on the bottom, your skirts, so on and so forth. I am going to hang up all of her skirts. And actually, you know what? I think her shorter skirts can go up here if I move the hangers upwards, which I'm gonna try to do. We'll just do a little bit of puzzling here. There we are. So her two shorter skirts can be hung up on the top. And then I will hang her two longer skirts on the bottom. This will, of course, kind of screw the whole concept of keeping your stuff and her stuff separate. But like I said, at this point, they probably wear each other's clothes anyways. So I don't think it's really too much to get too excited about. Just obviously want to plan so that you can hang everything up according to their length. So I'm going to start hanging up some of her shorter shirts that I have, as well as my own shirts that will fit up on this top shelf. Looking very, very nice. I believe we have room to hang up her jeans if we want to, using our pant hangers. We've got more shirt hangers than we do pant hangers. So let's put all her dresses out, because she's got beautiful dresses. I think she should definitely hang those up. She's got quite a few of them. So you can see it gets a little bit chaotic too, trying to move things around. You'll grab like the wrong hanger or the wrong garment. So it might also be better for you to do one row and then another row. But again, totally up to you how you want to organize this. There's so many different ways to go about doing it. I am going to hang up my dress, my one and only dress that I own. She's only got the one. And I'll put it at the very end next to all of her nice dresses. It's a pretty fancy dress though. It looks like something she'd wear for special occasions. This just leaves me with all of her yoga pants. She's got one pair of shorts. I have my 2 pairs of jeans. And then we have our t-shirts as well as her jean shorts. So I think because I have so many pant hangers left over, I'm going to hang up my 2 pairs of jeans because it saves space. You can hang up her yoga pants if you want. You also have an additional shirt hanger up here. So we still have some hangers left, but we also have drawer space left. So I'm gonna try and put her pants in here. Unfortunately, I can only get 2 pairs deep. So what I might do is put her more funky, colorful pair of pants in the closet, and then keep her more sensible ones all together. And then maybe just put her pair of shorts in with her pajamas because it will fit in there. And then, let's see, we've got a couple of t-shirts which we could probably pile together, and then we've got some jean shorts. So unfortunately, it doesn't actually end up that I was able to keep all her stuff together and my stuff together because she ends up having more clothes than I do. But if I wanted to take the time to just put a few more clothing pieces up, hanging up, I could do that. I'll keep her hat and her t-shirt together because they're from the same, like, anime that she likes to watch. And then everything else can be moved back into the closet at this point. So we've got our luggage, which can very happily live there. We have a safe, which you can tuck way, way, way in the back, which is probably a very safe thing to do. It's a good spot to keep it. And then this would be a great place for her to do her makeup. She can have her makeup here if she wants. We could probably move it from the bathroom, although I haven't tried. She can put on all of her jewelry. She's also got her perfumes here. And then we've just got some random miscellaneous stuff like sewing materials, and we still also have one entire cubby that's left over as well. And I think that would be a good spot to put her little tiny backpack. I could also take my small little briefcase from under the bed and put those there. I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I think this looks very nice. And like I said, I still even have hangers left over that I could hang a couple of additional things if I wanted to. So we got those first 2 rooms knocked out pretty effortlessly. That room just took forever because of the sheer volume of little tiny objects that we have to deal with. And the bathroom will probably be much of the same thing. But this bathroom, as you can tell, is huge. And it kind of has a little bit of everything. It's got all of the storage that we could ever possibly want. We've got under storage, we've got pull-out drawers, we've got the medicine cabinet, we have stuff that we could put on shelves in the tub, and we've also got 4 corners of the tub that we can also put things on as well. And, oh my god, for the first time, we have laundry. I think this is the first house we've ever lived in that has laundry. If you don't count your parents' house, which I think had its own separate laundry room. And then when we were at our roommates, I believe they had maybe a washer or maybe a dryer, but not both. This is like real fancy. Although I would expect maybe if you were buying a house that you would want your house to have a washer and dryer. Also, our hair straightener just came out of nowhere again. It has once again manifested itself into existence. Oh boy, so much stuff to unpack here, but I think we're gonna find a place for everything and it won't be too difficult to do so. Because a lot of the stuff can really be packed the same way that you've been packing things all the way along. And I'm curious whether people watching this, are you creatures of habit like I am and you kind of tend to organize the same items into the same rooms of the house? Or do you kind of just have fun with it and do something different with every level? We also, hallelujah, we have ourselves a toilet paper holder. Hooray! Put out our loofahs. Lots and lots of towels. Okay, it's starting to get crowded in here, so I am going to put all of my shower stuff away. Let's put all my bottles away. I think I'm actually going to put my stuff on the second shelf because her bottles are much, much taller. So they will only fit on that top shelf if you want to put her stuff in the shower along with your stuff. This plant, believe it or not, you can leave it in the tub and the game will let you leave it in the tub. So if you want a little shower plant, feel free. Still carrying around the same cheap, like $2 razor, and we've never once unpacked a single razor of hers. But you know what? That's okay. She doesn't want to shave. She doesn't have to shave. It is interesting, though, just to see that once again, she's just been buying the same brand of the same stuff for like 20 years. Although I guess that's kind of human. I feel like a lot of people do that. Alright, so this laundry basket will fit absolutely perfectly in between your washer and dryer. And then obviously, a lot of laundry stuff and cleaning supplies can go inside of the closet here. I was confused as to why the outlines weren't showing up for all of our items, but then I realized that we still have the nursery to unpack. Oh my god, it is so hard to not get carried away with these levels. Like, just feels so hard to do. I guess I will put her makeup stuff up here again, maybe. I'm trying to keep things together, but I might just have to shove things where they go. Some of her items are just awkward in a way that, like, I can't get them all together like I'd like, but this is fine. I think this looks pretty good. The only odd man out is her comb, because her comb's quite long, which is kind of annoying. I might just have to put her comb on the counter, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't look the neatest and the tidiest, but it's fine to just leave it there. We could leave it in the tub if we wanted to. We have a ton of space underneath here as well. Let's put our deodorants up with our medications. Let's put our tissue on the back of the toilet. I'm gonna put the wastebasket here because I think it's really the only spot that this can go. And for now, I'm going to leave my towels out because I'm not decided on what colors I want for my towels. We'll put the scale here. And I don't really know where this garbage can could go. It's kind of in the way too. Maybe I'll just put it on that shelf for now. Alright, so there will be a couple of things that we'll have to come and clean up in the bathroom. But I still have one more room to do that I've almost completely forgotten about as I've been unpacking things and taking my dear sweet time. Alright, so the nursery, the very last room of the house. This is all brand new to us. This is all stuff that we have not seen before. There is an achievement in this level, the only optional achievement besides flushing the rest of the toilets, and that is to stack the baby blocks. So if you stack them, you get an achievement for that. I like to keep all of the teething rings and the soothers in the top drawer. Again, shallow area, so it's kind of just the best place to keep them, I think. They seem to all fit in there with absolutely no problems whatsoever if you put them there. We've got ourselves a couple of paintings. Now these were on the front of the children's books, so they must be like a popular children's series or children's books, obviously. And then in the second drawer, I like to put all of the babies' onesies and hats in there. And again, if you stack them there, you will find that all of them will fit. You won't have to move or separate any of them. You'll have the perfect amount that they will all fit, which is nice. So we'll stack those together. We'll put the hats next to it. Quite a cute collection of clothing for the baby to start out with. This looks like a pretty comprehensive nursery. It's probably got about everything that you need. You can tell they're very, very happy and proud. And we still have a lot of moving around that we have to do in this room. So let's adjust these pictures so that we can get this poster up. These books actually have a few different places that they can go. They can go on any part of this side table, and you can also put them up here as well if you want to. I like to put the blocks all underneath because I like to think that would keep it a little bit neater and prevent as much like cleanup, you know? But you can leave the blocks on the floor, so you don't have to be that neat about it if you don't want. And as long as you keep things away from the doorway, the game is pretty lenient on where you put most of the baby stuff, so don't think too hard about it, just put things away as you see fit. We have an entire drawer here that I haven't even used, so I like to put these little towels in the bottom. And then you've also got room for rattles as well. Don't know what that's supposed to be, but it goes right next to the garbage can, so that's fine. And then the idea, I think, is that you and your spouse are giving your old childhood stuffies away to your newborn. But I'm cruel, and I think I'm just gonna keep them. You don't have to. As you can see, you can move them here, and it's absolutely fine. The game does not force you to give them to your baby. I feel like that's a pretty standard tradition, is, you know, handing your old childhood playthings over to your baby, but in this case, nah, I'm gonna keep them for myself. So there you go. That's the nursery all straightened out. Pretty straightforward. There's only really a couple of things to put in here. It's a relatively small room. Most of the upstairs actually is pretty good to go. And in the downstairs area, we only have a few things to take care of in our office and our downstairs bathroom. So in this bathroom, we actually have multiple things that we need to move. If you've got room for it, you can put the bug spray in this closet. You do not have to put both cans of bug spray down in the kitchen like we have been doing. This bag of dirt I like to put right by the front door. My thoughts are that they put it close to the front door in hopes that it eventually makes its way over to the garage. That's kind of my understanding. And then you can see we've got all these towels to figure out what to do with. There are so many of them. So because the blue ones are kind of the odd ones out, I like to store the blue ones and just kind of keep them out of the way. You can hide them in laundry area. You can put them underneath this area if you have some room. And remember that there is a spot for towels, one towel downstairs in our secondary bathroom as well. So actually, because I don't have any purple hand towels, I think I'll just put out all red. And I'll keep the rest of this all together. I will put these hand towels in that cupboard, and I will put the rest of my bath towels underneath here. I think that looks okay. Fortunately, the scale and the garbage can were in the right place. Alternatively, you did see that I had the trash can up here, and it can actually stay there if you need it to. It can also go there. So lots of different places for some of your belongings in here. And I'm gonna take this red hand towel and put it downstairs. I was gonna put a blue one out, but I think I'll just take my remaining red one and put that out. I don't have anywhere for my poor leaning tower to go, so I'm just gonna put it in here. And if we look at our office, I'm actually surprised. The only mistake I made was not positioning the computer tower in exactly the right spot. God forbid. And apparently these can't go on the windowsill, which is kind of funny. And everything else, if you want, you can leave it the way that it is. I am not happy with this. I will move it around, you know, in my own free time. I usually like to give this stuffed animal to your kid, just because it seems like something that you would give to a kid. But I actually don't have enough room for it, so I'm gonna put it up there. There we go. And then the only thing I have left to fix is moving the towel from the upstairs bathroom to the downstairs bathroom. That's it. And there we go. And it is quite unfortunate because you would think that you would be able to do things such as move the scale to this bathroom, for example, but you're not able to. There is so much room in the upstairs bathroom that it's not like you don't have room for everything up here, but it's fairly limited on what you're able to actually put in that downstairs bathroom, which is kind of a bummer. But we're done. We are done. Let's just have a very quick look at our handiwork before we walk away. I think that looks a little bit better. This is still just a really weird assortment of, you know, decorations and whatnot, but I guess it also, at the same time, doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look like super duper messy. I should probably move that plant though. Let's put the plant down there just to get it off of our desk. I'll feel a little bit better. Our living room, beautiful space. I love it. It looks very, very nice. And again, we're still seeing some holes. I still have lots of space. on the bottom of this entertainment stand. I still have a hole right here on this floating cabinet. Our kitchen I'm actually very happy with. This is probably my favorite kitchen in the entirety of the game. I like the way that it turned out. And I am happy to see that putting these wine glasses on the coasters actually allowed us to put these out on the table, because I think that saves a lot of space with these glasses being anywhere else. And it looks like you can actually place them without the coaster as well. But we had coasters, so we might as well use them. This space also ended up looking not too bad. I ended up finding a place for most of my books that I think looks fairly acceptable. They seem to be very, very happy to be accepting a baby into their lives. And they've certainly moved up in the world. They now live in a beautiful house. They have enough space that they have their own walk-in closet. And yes, while things are a little bit more adult and grown up, I still think that they've kept enough fun, colorful, individual things that it just is such a joy to look at everything that they've accomplished. And it makes you happy just to see how far they've come and how her life has come to this point over the past 21 years of following her through moves. So that's it. They can get a pet! Yay! That's the one thing that's been missing in all of these levels, and I have noticed that and forgot to point it out. But yes, they have not had a pet, but maybe they will. That is it for Unpacking. We get a really sweet original song to go with our credits here. So we'll let those roll.
The moving truck pulls up, there's a knock on the door. Now all your stuff is here, in boxes on the floor. You open up a box, there is so much to do. I open up my heart, this is now a home for two. Your houseplant brightens up the dreary windowsill. Your blanket keeps us warm in the evening chill. We pull your favorite mug out of the packing foam, stick magnets on the fridge, and we make this house a home. You put our photo on the shelf. I smile to myself. You cut the tape with my Stanley knife, and we unpack your life. We unpack your life. Slowly, slowly our things combine. Your favorite stuffed toy right next to mine. Our prized possessions in a prime location on the bedroom shelf. I smile to myself. You cut the tape with my Stanley knife, and we unpack our life. We unpack our life. I smile to myself. You cut the
And that's it. You'll get your finished album on the bookshelf. And oh my god, we finally are using our ukulele. It took until the entire game, but finally we did it. We busted that damn thing out and used it. It was just waiting until the very last moment of the game to make its big debut. And that is it for Unpacking. You'll get a big fat star next to your album once you've completed every level and finished the game. And I can also tell just by looking at the clothing that we're wearing that this is us on the left, because I recognize this skirt that we've been packing around for years and years and years now, and then this must be our partner on the right with our baby. So it's just a very nice little ending to the game, and like I said, I absolutely love that this game tells an entire story and it never needs to utter a single word. I have taken up enough of your time in this video. It got to be very, very long, but it's hard to constrain yourself when you're having so much fun. So I hope that my positive energy and all the fun that I was having was really apparent as I went through and did this, because I had an absolute blast. It was so much fun to do this project, and I hope that everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. I want to thank you also very much for your support, and hopefully I will be back with another project sometime soon.